Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In last lecture, we derived the quadratic formula by using completing square method and utilized that formula to solve quadratic equation. We now discuss different type of equations which can be reduced to a quadratic equation by some proper substitution. Type 1, the equation of the type ax raised to power 4 plus bx square plus c is equal to 0. So this equation is of order 4. So we are interested to convert this equation into the quadratic equation. Uh, so how we can convert this equation into the quadratic equation? So just we have to replace x square is equal to y, and when we take square of this, it means x raised to power 4 will be equal to y square. When we replace x raised to power 4 with y square and x square with y, we get a quadratic equation in y. So here is a ay square plus by plus c is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation in y. You know that we can solve this equation by using factorization, by using completing square method, or by using quadratic formula. So first we prefer to solve this equation by factorization method. If we are unable to factorize these terms, then we use the quadratic formula. So let's start exercise 1.3. Question 1, 2x raised to power 4 minus 11x square plus 5 is equal to 0. So you can see that this is the first type of the equation. So here we replace x square is equal to y, then x raised to power 4 will be equal to y square. When we substitute these values in equation 1, we have 2y square minus 11y plus 5 is equal to 0. Just now we have to factorize this quadratic equation. How we can factorize this? 2 5 times 10, just there are two factors, minus 10y and minus y. So when we add up these two terms, we have minus 11y, and when we multiply these two terms, we have plus y square. So just now we have to take 2y as a common, so we have y minus 5. Here we can take minus 1 as a common, so y minus 5. Here is y minus 5, here is y minus 5. So our factorization is right, and now we can take y minus 5 as a common, so we left with 2y minus 1. So either 2y minus 1 is equal to 0 or y minus 5 is equal to 0. If 2y minus 1 is equal to 0, it means 2y is equal to 1. If y minus 5 is equal to 0, it means y is equal to 5. Here we can write 2y is equal to 1, so y is equal to half. So now this is y is equal to 1 by 2 and y is equal to 5 is the solution of this quadratic equation. This quadratic equation in y. The given equation is in x, so we are bound to find the solution in form of x. So just we replace x square is equal to y. So y is 1 by 2. Put y is equal to 1 by 2 in x square is equal to y. Then x square is equal to, yes, we have to replace y is equal to 1 by 2. So x square is equal to half. So now you just have to take square root on both sides. So x is equal to plus minus 1 by square root of 2. Now if when y is equal to 5, just put y is equal to 5 in x square is equal to y. So x square is equal to 5, and just taking square root on both sides, we have x is equal to plus minus square root of 5. So solution set is plus minus 1 by square root of 2 comma plus minus square root of 5. Question 2 you have to solve yourself. Question 3, 5x raised to power 1 by 2 is equal to 7x raised to power 1 by 2 minus 2. So first we have to shift this right hand side into the left hand side. So x raised to power 1 by 2 minus 7 x raised to power 1 by 4 plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we have to suppose and this x raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to y. Then when we take square of both sides of this term, we have x raised to power 1 by 2 is equal to y square. So when we substitute these values in this equation, we have 5y square minus 7y plus 2 is equal to 0. So 5 2s are 10, and 5 and 2 are two factors. When we add up these two terms, we have minus 7y, and we multiply these two terms, we have 10y square. So now we can take 5y as a common. So here is y minus 5, and here we can take minus 2 as a common. So minus 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now y minus 1, we can take y minus 1 as a common, so we left with 5y minus 2 is equal to 0. Either y minus 1 is equal to 0 or 5 minus 2 is equal to 0. If y minus 1 is equal to 0, then y is equal to 1, and if 5y minus 2 is equal to 0, then 5y is equal to 2, or y is equal to 2 by 5. Now we have to replace these values of y in x raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to y. When we replace y is equal to 1, x raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to 1, just we have to take power 4 on both sides. This 4 cancel out with this one, so we have 1 raised to power 4 is equal to 1, so x is equal to 1 is the first solution. Now we replace y is equal to 2 by 5 in x raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to y. Just we have to replace y with 2 by 5, so x raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to 2 by 5. Now we have to take power 4 on both sides. So when we take the power both sides, 4 on both sides, this 4 cancel out with this one. 2 raised to power 4 is 16, and 5 raised to power 4 is 625. So 625. So solution set is 16 by 625 comma 1. Question 4, x raised to power 2 by 3 plus 54 is equal to 15, x raised to power 1 by 3. First we have to shift this value, which is in right hand side, into the left hand side. So, and rearranging this equation, x raised to power x raised to power 2 by 3 minus 15 x raised to power 1 by 3 plus 54 is equal to 0. So this is the first type of equation. We just have to replace x raised to power 1 by 3 with y, and when we take square of this term, we have x raised to power 2 by 3 is equal to y square. So by replacing these values in this equation, we have y square minus 15y plus 54. So when we multiply this with this one, we have 54y square, and now here is 15. So 9 6 are 54, and when we add 9 and 6, we have minus 15. So now this method of factorization we have discussed in detail in our previous lectures. So if you have any problem, then you can consult that lectures. Here we can take y as a common, so y minus 9. Here we can take minus 6 as a common, so minus 6 y minus 9 is equal to 0. So y minus 9 we can take a common, so we can write this as y minus 6 is equal to 0. Either y minus 9 is equal to 0 or y minus 6 is equal to 0. It means here we can write y minus y is equal to 0 as y is equal to 9 or y is equal to 6. Now we have to put y is equal to 9 in x raised to power 1 by 3 is equal to y. When we replace this y is equal to 9, x raised to power 1 by 3 is equal to 9. Now taking cube on both sides, because here is 1 by 3, so 1 by 3 can only be simplified as we have to take cube root on both sides. So x raised to power, this cube cancel out with this 1 by 3, and 9 raised to power 3 is equal to 729. When we put y is equal to 6 in this equation, we have x raised to power 1 by 3 is equal to 6. So x raised to power 1 by 3, how we can simplify this? Just we have to take cube root on both, to solve this we have to take cube on both sides. So taking cube on both sides, we have x raised to power 1 by 3 is whole cube is equal to 6 raised to power 3. So this cube, this cancel out with this one, x is equal to 6 raised to power 3, and 6 raised to power 3 is equal to 216. So solution set is 216 and 729. Now we are going to solve type 2. The equation of the type A, P of x plus B over P of x is equal to C. Out 6, 2x square plus 1 plus 3 over 2x square plus 1 is equal to 4. So we write this equation is equal to 1. Let 2x square plus 1 is equal to y. Just we have to replace this P of x. This P of x is equal to y. So this will be equal to y plus 3 by y is equal to 4. So just we have to replace the value of 2x square plus 1 is equal to y in this equation. So this will be equal to y plus 3 by y is equal to 4. So now we have to multiply y on both sides. Why? Because this y is the LCM of this equation. So multiplying both sides with y, we have here we have y square plus 3 is equal to 4y. So just shifting 4y to the left hand side and writing this quadratic equation in the standard form. So when now we have to factorize this equation. So the coefficient of y square is 1 and here is a constant term is 3. So we have 3. So just we have to find two factors, so that when we multiply these two factors we have 3, and when we add up these two factors we have minus 1. So minus 1 and minus 3 are two factors. When we add up these factors we have minus 4, and when we multiply these factors we have plus 3. So now we have, so we can write minus 4 as minus y minus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0. So here from these two terms we can take y as a common. So y minus 1. So here in these two terms we can take minus 3 as a common. So minus 3 y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now here is y minus 1, here is y minus 1. So y1, so we can take y minus 1 as a common. So we left with y minus 3 is equal to 0. So either y minus 1 is equal to 0 or y minus 3 is equal to 0. If y minus 1 is equal to 0, then y is equal to 1. And if y minus 3 is equal to 0, then we have y is equal to 3. And now we have the solution in term of y. Our equation is in term of x, so we have to calculate the solution in term of x. So again we have to replace this y is equal to 1 in this equation. So 2x square plus 1 is equal to y, because here the first solution of y is 1. So 2x square plus 1 is equal to 1. So 1 is cancelled out with this one. So we have 2x plus y, 2x square is equal to 0. So x square is equal to 0, dividing both sides by 2, we have x square is equal to 0. When we take square root, so we have x is equal to 0. And when y is equal to 3, just we have to replace here 3, 2x square plus y is equal to 2. So just shifting 1 to the right hand side, so we have 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. So 2x square is equal to 2x square is equal to 1. So taking square root on both sides, so we have x is equal to plus minus 1. So the solution set is minus 1 comma 0 comma 1. So this is the solution of this question 6. So question 7, x by x minus 3 plus 4 times x by x minus 3 is equal to 4. Again, this is the second type of equation. In this equation, we have to suppose y is equal to x over x minus 3, then 1 by y will be equal to x minus 3 over x. Then replacing these values in equation 1, we have y plus 4 by y is equal to 4. Now, as y is the LCM of this equation, so multiplying both sides by y, we have y square plus 4 is equal to 4y. Now, shifting this 4y to the left hand side equation, left hand side of the equation, and writing the equation in standard form of the quadratic equation, we have y square minus 4y plus 4 is equal to 0, and this term can be written as y minus 2 whole square. So here is y square, this term is 2 into y, and the second term is 2. 4 can be written as 2 square. So we can write this whole term as y minus 2 whole square is equal to 0. So taking square root on both sides, we have y minus 2 is equal to 0. So Here y is equal to 2, and now we have to replace this y is equal to 2 in this equation, that is y is equal to x over x minus 3. So just we have to replace y with 2. So x over x minus 3 is equal to 2. When we multiply, uh, so just we have to take cross multiplication. So this x, so here is maybe 1. So this x into 1 we have x, and this x minus 2 will multiply it with x minus 3. So x is equal to 2x minus 3. So this is 2x and 2 3s are 6. So we have x, so we have to shift this 2x into left hand side. X minus 2x is equal to minus 6. So minus x is equal to minus 6. So x is equal to 6. So solution set is 6. Now question 8. 4x plus 1 divided by 4x minus 1 plus 4x minus 1 divided by 4x plus 1 is equal to 2 whole 1 by 6. Let y is equal to 4x plus 1 over 4x minus 1, then 1 by 1 will be equal to 4x minus 1 over 4x plus 1. We have to use these two values in this equation 1. So we have y plus 1 by y is equal to, so this can be written as 2 6 2s are 12 plus 1 13 13 by 6. So we have this equation 1 can be written as y plus 1 by 2 is equal to 13 by 6 after substitution. So now 6y is LCM, so we have to multiply both sides by 6y. After multiplying both sides 6y, we have 6y square plus 6 is equal to 30y. So now we have to shift this 13y into the left hand side of the equation and rearranging the equation, and we have to write this equation in the standard form. We have 6y square 6y square minus 13y plus 6 is equal to 0. So this is the standard form of the equation. Now we have to factorize this equation. So 6 6 are 36, and now we have to find two factors. When we add up, we have minus 13. So 9 and 3 are two factors. When we multiply these two terms, we have 36, and when we add up these two terms, we have minus 13. So here 13 minus 13y can be written as minus 4y minus 9y plus 6 is equal to 0. Here we can take 2y as a common, so 2 3s are 6, and here we have left with y, 2 2s are 4, and y we have taken as a common, so we have 3y minus 2. In these two terms, we can take minus 3 as a common, so 3 3s are 9, so 3y, and 3 2s are 6, we have minus 2 is equal to, so minus 2 is equal to 0. Now here is 3y minus 2, and here is also 3y minus 2. So we can take 3y minus 2 as a common. So we left with 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. So either 3 minus y is equal to 0, or 2y minus 3 is equal to 0. If 3y minus 2 is equal to 0, it means 3y is equal to 2. If 2y minus 3 is equal to 0, it means 2y is equal to 3. So here we can write y is equal to 2 by 3. So just dividing both sides by 3. So here dividing both sides by 2. So we have y is equal to 2 by 3, and another solution of y is 3 by 2. Now we have to find the solution in term of x. Just we have to replace y with 2 by 3, and second time we have to replace y with 3 by 2. When we replace y with 2 by 3, we have 4x plus 1 over 4x minus 1 is equal to 2 by 3. So just cross multiplication. So this 3 multiply with this factor, and this 2 multiply with this factor. So 3 multiply with 4x plus 1, and 2 multiply with 4x minus 1. 3 4s are 12x, and 3 1s are 3. So 2 4s are 8, and 2 1s are 2. So just you have to shift this 8x into left hand side of the equation, and 3x to the right hand side of the equation. So 12x minus 8x, we have 4x, and minus 2x minus 3. Sorry, minus 2 minus 3, we have minus 5. Dividing both sides by 4, we have x is equal to minus 5 by 4. Now when y is equal to 3 by 2, Then 4x plus 1 divided by 4x minus 1 is equal to 3 by 2, just cross multiplication. We have to 4x plus 1 is equal to 3 into 4x minus 1. Thus we have to multiply with 2, we have 8x plus 2, and here we have 12x minus. So yes, we have to shift these two terms into the left hand side, 8x into the right hand side, and this into is left hand side. So we can write as 12x minus 8, and 2x plus 3 we have 5. So we have 4x is equal to 5, x can be written as 5 by 4. So our solution set is minus 5 by 4 and plus 5 by 4. So this is